80% of their trading emotions. And if there's no trigger, there's no emotion. What am I doing wrong? We ask you, how do you want to trade? I really used to think that patience problem, discipline problem was something that you had to force yourself away from, something you had to push through, and then one day it would just be gone. But there's a more simple fix. It's something that the traders don't really want to hear, and they want to have this kind of inner battle between their patience and their discipline, and they think that if I just fix my discipline and patience, I'm gonna be a great trader. We talked about the one-page trading plan last week, and that's why I want to just go into this subject right here, because that's trading psychology. The way I found this out was because I started working with a trading psychology coach before I had a really proper system, and none of the teachings helped me. I worked with a trading coach for a long time and nothing helped me. Yes, I got better at being calm before my trades, and I got better at regulating my emotions after I traded, but I was still trading like shit and I was still feeling like shit because I didn't have a base. I didn't have a base of my trading. You need a base of your trading to understand how to make your decisions at all times. And if you know how to make your decision at all times, so your entries, your exit, your stop loss, your TPs, it's so much easier to not have that much emotions. And a classic example that I see so many people in all the communities I've been in is that they take TPs, kind of what they feel. The emotions are guiding them towards their take profit. And that means that sometimes their emotions are going to guide them right, sometimes the emotions are going to guide them wrong. But it also means that every time that's wrong, you're going to create emotion. Every time you have a TP that is not good because your feelings didn't do the right thing, now you're going to judge yourself. You're going to start, oh, I should have run it. I should have done that. I should have done that. Why didn't I take that? Why didn't I take the TP? So the emotions come from you not having a system. But if you have a system that I tested that, I back tested it or I forward tested it from a journal, and I know that most of the time I get a 1.5 R for every trade. So what if I at least take half of my TP out there, and then maybe the rest I can have as a runner at least, or all of it at 1.5 R? Already just completely removes all those emotions. So you can do this. You can just peel off those layers in every part, on your entries, on your exit, on your stop losses, on your TP, on your managements, and your ads. And also that's why I love to do it too with A setups and B setups. By having A setups and B setups, you can have A rated setups and you take bigger size, and you have B rated, which is the ones you're not that confident in, and you take maybe half size. And now you're putting the emotions in a much more controlled environment. You're not taking full size on every trade, even if you're not feeling super confident about it. So this all, I would say the people we work with who created a good system, they have removed 80% of their trading emotions. Most of it are gone, and people are actually able to wait for the trading setups. I have a client now we've been working with for almost 2 months. He's never ever had a day with taking 0 trades. And now the last 2 or 3 weeks, I think it is, he had 4 days not taking one single trade because his edge wasn't present, and he decided to only trade one setup. But that's because he knows what he's waiting for at all times. He knows his A setup, so he knows also that he's disrespecting him and bullshitting himself as a trader if he's not taking that trade. It's the same thing. An example from real life is if you're not looking at your money, it's so much easier to just spend it. You're not looking at your bank account. I'm definitely one of those people. I would rather just avoid finances altogether rather than looking at it and realizing that I'm spending a lot of money on shit. It's the same thing. But when you have that tracking system and you go through your finances every day, you're looking at your finances, you cannot bullshit yourself. You know where you're doing the wrong thing. Same thing if you have your A setups, your B setups, and you have your data collected on all these things. You cannot bullshit yourself. You know where you did wrong. You know what you're doing wrong. So you gotta ask yourself, if you actually want to be a trader and you want to actually start collecting that data, create your one pager and have your base for your trading, which you like, you have that trading base. That's how you trade. That's how you collect data. That's how you journal. That's how you do your weekly reflection. It's all from this base. How well did I trade from my strategy? And that's what lesson number 2 is. It's so easy. It's just about going into your system, understanding what am I doing right, what am I doing wrong, and what do I need to define. If you and I would go on a call and I would ask you about your strategy, would you be able to answer me in every situation? Do you know how to trade your strategy when market opens up and it goes up 150 points? Do you know what to do when the market is ranging? You have a 100-point range or a 50-point range, a tight range, a wide range. Do you know what to do when it's extremely volatile, or you don't even know how to read the market today because it's really weird? What do you do? So start mapping out your trading strategy and your system throughout the one-page trading system. And then what I would also do, advise the more advanced people, is to map it out on every trading environment. So bullish, very bullish, tight range, wide range, uncertain. For me, uncertain, I just ask myself, where does it get certain again? Where do price need to go for me to feel like I understand what's going on right now? So that's lesson number 2, to remove your trading emotions. It's not about pushing any emotion, because emotions are only there because because of an emotional trigger. Something has to trigger the emotion. And if there's no trigger, there's no emotion. So find the triggers rather than focusing on fixing the emotion. So the triggers come from many times from not having a systemized process. And then again, of course, there's also about you have to have your sleep well, your diet, probably shouldn't eat sugar before you trade, you should probably be energized, you should probably be in a good mental state before you're trading. But that's for another 80% of your trading emotions can be removed from just having a really good system that works for you. And also works for you is really important, because what your trading coach is saying to you or what some book is telling you, if you can't trade like that, if you don't feel like that's you and you feel like that's your trading personality, that's not going to work. When we work with traders, it's not, we never tell them this is how you should do. We ask you, how do you want to trade? How does it feel good for you? Does this trade feel good? Does this setup, this system feel good? If it doesn't feel good, you're not going to be able to trade it. And you also got to understand that trading is a marathon without a finish line. It's a marathon that you just keep on running year after year after year. I've been running it for 8 years and there's no end. There's not going to come a day where it's like, all right, everything is great, perfect. No, it's not going to come. But what you can do is make yourself the favor now and create a really simple and good system for you that you can trade day in and day out without feeling shit. So I hope that's a helpful second lesson, and let's see you on the third one.